Hi and welcome to Split the E podcast. I'm your host Sean O'Grady. In this podcast we split the entertainment of Vancouver City right down the middle. How do we do that, you ask? By taking local artists out for a pint of Guinness. Our first guest is none other than Mad Hatter, Loop Pedal Lord, Larry Keogh.
You were slap bang in the middle of a meltdown, and the only way was up. And you were slap bang in the middle of a meltdown, and the only way was up.
Wow, what's crack, man?
That's an introduction to me. How you getting on?
Good, man. Yourself?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for doing this. So basically, your album, your new project, Seen or Found.
Yes.
We found you. We seen you. We
Thank
brought you
God.
to the pub.
It worked.
And cheers, buddy.
Cheers, man.
So what we do is
We do.
this is a
Talk to
practice
me.
run.
Let's
This is a
go for
practice
it.
run, right?
Right.
We have to get split the G or split the E.
Split the
All
E or
right.
G, or both.
Sláinte out.
Good health, brother.
Oh, I'm way off.
Oh, yeah?
That's embarrassing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, how bad?
Not good.
It was
But that's
it was
practice run.
conservative.
That's practice run.
I wasn't having too much practice.
Oh, you're fucking good. So if you leave it settle, it rises.
There's a difference then.
There is. So
This is a great idea.
explain. Oh yeah. Explain your music. You've an album. You've a song
I have
out.
a song, yeah.
Meltdown, which,
Meltdown.
honest to God, was my most played song on Spotify in 2022.
Well,
I really enjoyed it.
that's impressive. Thank you, man, for enjoying it.
Yeah.
When I get any money from it, I'll send you some. But you get like
Do, man.
12 cent paychecks.
You can buy the
Pints are on
pints.
me.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, man,
Explain your style. Electro Funk
God,
is what it is.
Funk, yeah. It'd be fucking, I don't know, Electro Funk. That's what I said in the boy. I know, yeah. But I'm inspired by a lot of, see, I listened to my brother's music growing up.
Yeah.
I listened to what he had, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you're that age and you don't go and buy it, you just listen to what's there.
What was your first album that you bought? Can you remember?
See, that's the thing. I was just borrowing my brother's.
Yeah.
But I actually, when I first bought myself, what was it? I think it was Pink Floyd, but it was a cassette tape. I remember hearing it on the back seat on the radio going to school.
Yeah.
So that's when I actually first bought in a cassette shop. Showed me age, you know.
Showing your age there, right? Yeah.
One in the back of the pen.
I remember like fucking tape recording, get blank tapes and
Yeah.
recording them and
I remember
so.
putting the cardboard in the thing so you could actually push record and play at the same time.
Yeah.
Look how far we've come now.
Exactly.
But I was raised on my brother's music. Would have been the Beatles, Radiohead, and a mixture of Prodigy.
Oh, no way.
So there's that electronic. There's
Smack
always
my bitch
love.
up.
Smack me bitch up folk.
Yeah. What a brilliant
Smack
mix
my
though. I love it,
bitch
man.
up.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, an eclectic mix of that. So that's what I was sort of raised on, probably.
And
That's where the funk comes from. The electric.
and you said you got it from your brother. So like, were you a musical family growing up?
My brother plays the drums.
Okay.
Yeah. He got given a guitar, but I didn't use it. So he sat in the corner. So then I
Just like the music,
like,
it got hand me down to you.
hand me down like everything else.
Yeah.
Give me the shoes and the guitar
And the underwear.
and the underwear, and the holy underwear,
The holy one.
the holy stuff. And so I got all my hand-me-downs, all his hand-me-downs, and that's how I then played the guitar.
Did you do music in school?
I did. I did GCSE music
Okay.
in school. I was good at the practical, but the theory, absolutely horrific.
Because in
Theory.
Ireland, growing up, like for us, we'd go down to the school after hours, primary school, and we got given the twin whistle. And it was fucking
Twin whistle?
shocking at it.
Oh yeah.
You literally just go down, and move your hands in ways to look good. You know what I mean?
On your nose.
Yeah. Fucking Popeye, like. Fucking. But was the guitar the very first thing that you learned?
Yeah, the guitar would have been the first thing, because it was just sat there, do you know what I mean? My brother never used it. He was like,
Collecting dust.
him being the firstborn, the holy one.
Yeah.
What else? He didn't use the guitar, so now I started having us fucking around with it, and
And then it developed from
Luckily,
there.
yeah, he then got drums, and now he's a drummer. So
And then from carrying on, like learning the guitar, and then you picked it up, and then you were like, when did you decide to like write music then?
yes, Jesus, that's a good question, Sean. I don't know when I decided to write. I remember writing would have been like phrases to chords. That's probably the start of writing
Like
a song.
hooks.
Yeah, hooks or like catchy hooks. And
Yeah.
it's basically in it. It's like it's poetry, spoken word, and then if you have an
Yes.
instrument, it becomes song. It's weird. Yeah, it was like words, and I enjoy words. I don't know how to use them very well, fairly dyslexic and shit, but I enjoy how they sound. You know what I mean?
I love it too.
Yeah.
As in, like, with our group of lads growing up, we'd always have like our own little fucking slangs and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Limerick City, was it Limerick City?
we grew up, I'm from Clare, but
Clare.
we grew up in like go out in Limerick City and stuff like that. But like, for example, you'd squash words together, and like if you wanted to say you're like leaving the house and you wanted to say goodbye to your friends, it literally was "see you in a while," but we squashed it together.
Compressed it to what?
See you in a while.
See what?
See you in a while. And the more fucking
The quicker you say it.
the longer and the quicker it went, the longer it went on, and the quicker you say it, it was. Do you know what I mean? It made no sense. But then it was just our own little kind of group thing. I don't know.
Look, same as good luck.
Look, down the phone. Look. Yeah, exactly.
Remember the phones and you had to go ba 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 ba
Yeah,
ba ba
yeah,
ba ba ba. Had to get close to the phone.
100%. Yeah. So you
Yeah,
perform
we
around
digress.
Vancouver. Johnny Fox's, we're here in Johnny Fox's today.
Fine
Thanks to
establishment.
Johnny
We're
Fox's, the
outside.
best pint of Guinness in Vancouver.
A delicious pint, the best pint
100 mother's milk, you might say.
Vancouver, some might say.
Yeah, I highly agree.
I agree.
They're constantly, like every Thursday, pumping it out for $7,
jammers in
so
here.
it's pretty cheap.
It is.
It's like a student night in here.
It is. It comes with bread. It's like soup. It should come with a slab of brown bread.
It'd be unreal. Oh my god. Did they used to
Innocent
do
bread.
that? Yeah.
I don't know. They should.
Yeah.
It'd be brilliant.
And
Yes.
so you grew up in London.
Grew up in London.
Born in London.
Born in London. Raised by wolves. And no, we're born and raised by Irish parents in London.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you came back to where are your parents from then?
My mother is from Meath,
Okay.
County Meath, don't you know?
Lovely stuff.
And me old man was born in Kilburn, but his dad's from Kilkenny. His dad's from Wexford, his mum's from Kenny. So he was a very Irish. Even where I grew up in my street was all Irish. Moriarty's, Grace,
Unreal.
Keane. Do you know, all of the whole lot of the street was
Yeah.
massive Irish community in London. Huge amount of Irish in London. So yeah,
And then you moved back at what age to Ireland?
my mum had a pub leased. She
Brilliant.
rang up. She said, "Boys, I have a pub leased.
Come on back
Come
for
on
the
back
porter.
for now and I get the porter to you." Me and my brother were living in a flat in London, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was working in a bar.
Yeah.
He was working.
How old were you?
I would have been 17,
Okay.
17.
Cool.
Just 17 or 18.
So you're just in that kind of mischief
Around
drinking
there,
age.
Yeah, probably around just gone 18, and then she said the pub leased, and my mum moved back 4 years before that. Do you know what I mean? Me and Jimmy lived. Me and my brother. Me and my brother lived together, and it was good old crack. But then she said, "Come back to Ballinalack
Lovely stuff for the crack.
For the crack."
Yeah.
And that's how I landed back in Mullingar.
And you went back to Mullingar, right?
Yeah.
And then around that time, 17, you were like whacking out the guitar and
Yeah, absolutely.
were you writing?
Yeah, I was
and-
writing. I had loads of shitty songs.
Oh, you were
ideas
still
that I-
throwing
that I
shit up
still
against the
have, and
wall.
I still haven't finished.
Yeah.
But
You
just
didn't
ideas.
even know your sound at the time, did you?
No. Yeah, I'm not even too sure I know it now, to be honest with you. If I say this is my sound, I don't know. I think it's constantly changing.
But it should be. You're an
Has to.
artist and it has to be
Yeah.
elevating and growing and changing. You never
bands.
get one band, I don't know, Ben Howard.
Yeah.
His first album it's kind of similar to your music. If I had to put a comparison, and I know you
wow,
shouldn't,
wow, no,
but I
fuck it,
really
I'm
like
over it.
his first album, where it's cause the time where you released it. It was around September, I think,
Yeah.
or when I started listening to it. So it was that end of summer kind of vibes, and it
Yes.
was the same time I was listening to Ben Howard. It was end of summer type of vibes.
It is, yeah.
And it really kind of like, and it's acoustic and loop pedals and all of this kind of similar style, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But then he moved on and did his second album, and it was an electronic
He went
guitar.
plugged in, didn't he? Yeah.
It did, and it completely changed. And at the time when I listened to it first, I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it.
Yeah.
But it was a perfect example of like,
Evolving.
and the times that we lived in, where you had a CD and it was in your car,
Yeah.
and you had to listen to the album. True and true. So we literally, and it was a dark album, it was kind of depressing.
Right.
But like shit was going on in our personal life, so like it literally like was a rock for me. Like it was the perfect album.
Okay.
You know, just to go back to the point, but being an artist, you have to keep on evolving and being yourself. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
You do, because if people sometimes go, oh God, I like their old stuff.
Yeah, or
But
like
that old
Kings
stuff
Leon
can't
is like
stay-
they sound the same.
Yeah. I remember listening. Who was it? Okay, one of my favourite artists, Bon Iver. Bon Iver.
Oh, fucking beautiful.
And his flumes that he first came out, you could hear creaks of chairs. Do you know what I mean? And he's recorded it in a very intimate environment in his house, wherever the fuck he recorded. I don't know where it was recorded, to be honest. But then he went electronic and
Yeah.
and it was a bit weird for me at first. But I was like, but he has to stay interested.
100%
You have to stay actually
in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because after doing an album, going on tour with the album and playing it over and over again, we're not androids. We're creative beings, innit? We're gonna want to
100%.
try and do something extra or different again.
Would you constantly be listening to music, or
I don't listen to enough. I always say it to myself. I don't
I
listen
do
to
too,
enough
yeah.
music, man. I don't listen to enough.
Well-
As a musician, if I call myself an artist and a musician, yeah, I don't listen to enough of it.
when was the last time you listened to an album from start to finish?
It was Radiohead. I did it all.
Really? Radiohead?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
OK
really?
Computer.
Okay.
Computer. It was that.
I was saying it to you earlier, like that. As you said, Radiohead, the
Yes.
lead singer, and how seeing you perform and being an
Yeah.
artist, you rob things from
Absolutely. We're always borrowing, yeah.
And you're in the moment when you perform. I really like. I think last year or 2
man.
years ago when I seen you, I didn't even know who you were.
It's true.
Me and my girlfriend, we were sitting down there
Down
and
at the
we were
bar.
watching you. But like I loved how you got into lost track of space and time. You were just in the moment, and that's
Absolutely.
really like fucking why I got drawn to you. And then you were actually good. Like yeah. You wanted to imagine you shit. You just like
It's creative.
yeah. It's like art. You just throw shit against the wall again. You know what I mean? But
No, man, that's very kind of you to say. It is. There is somewhere that you do go instead of, like, I'd find it hard to read a song off a sheet and portray and do it some sort of justice.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's probably because I wouldn't read too well either. I wouldn't want to be reading. I'd be nervous or read backwards.
Yeah, the B's and D's, bro.
Yeah. Yes.
I know. This is my crutch.
I'd rather learn it in my head and just go over it and just log it in and then be like, right, now that song I know.
Were
and
you
then-
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt,
no,
but
not
were
at
you able to just like your sound and your ear, as they say, is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah, I'd listen to a song and I'd learn by ear. I wouldn't really read music, or I wouldn't.
No. Because like that's what they even did back in the day, where there was no YouTube or fucking.
Yeah,
you're literally
I
like.
suppose it was listen to a fucking wireless and go, oh, that sounds.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It would have been mimic it somehow.
So, you did Into the Wild. Last year was a big year for you. You did the debut single, and you did like I kept on seeing you everywhere. Like you were really working. The drive you have is amazing. You know?
It fucking feels good, man. And it's not like a drive because it's, as if someone said to me before, you don't work a guitar, you don't work a piano. You play it. It's playful.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable.
Oh yeah,
And it shouldn't ever
100%.
be
It shouldn't be work.
You don't ever. I'm gonna go work. I'm gonna go work a guitar. You know.
It has to
play
be
it.
a release.
It is.
Well,
yeah.
it has to be work to figure out how to play it. But once you
It's a little bit
learn,
of work. Yeah. But then the rest of it is playful in some ways.
So,
yeah.
so that brings me on to you did Into the Wild.
Into the Wild, yes.
You enjoy
That
that?
was some session, man.
It's good.
Oh, there's a fairly few shook days towards the end of that, man. Well, I wasn't right for a long time after that, man. I swear
Oh
to
fuck! I'm
God,
envious. I
was
never
in
got to
hope.
go. I was so.
Oh, we'll do it again this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I will make sure I go this year. 100%.
Dude, we'll go for it.
So
I was a hollow man coming back from that place. I left part of my soul there in the bush somewhere.
You're going into the
Shut
wild,
out.
right? Because I like Jesus in the bushes for 40 days and 40 nights.
Hallucinating. Yeah, it was. Fuck.
There is a lot of talk. We're going to mix this up and ask some funny questions.
Okay.
So there's a lot of air balloons in the news. And
Air balloons. There is.
Aliens. They're aliens, right?
We are not alone.
So if you were an alien, no, I'm joking. You get into a time traveling machine, right?
Yes. Now?
Right now, right
Okay.
this moment, with that knowledge
brought
of
my passport.
music that you have,
Okay.
you don't need one. Where you're going,
Big extent.
you're going back to 1977.
1977.
NASA called. You go back to where they're releasing the Voyager satellite off into space.
Holy fuck, we're going up.
All right, but it's your job to pick the music for that record for the aliens to find. What would it be?
Jesus Christ, Sean. I didn't sign up for this job, Sean.
Sorry?
I didn't sign up for this job. It's a
yeah.
huge job.
It is massive. I thought about it
Great.
as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It would have to be, so it's going into space and it's going to stop aliens and they're going to go, what the fuck?
Sure, if any alien seen it, they'd
Any
have to go,
passing lads passing by might go,
we'll give this one a listen to.
First one would be Teardrops by Massive Attack. I think it'd have to be on there.
I like that.
For where it is,
Yeah.
out in a vacuum, in space and shit, that might get their attention, I think.
Okay,
That would definitely be on it.
I like it.
And another two. Jesus.
You're letting the aliens know what humanity is as well. Can you imagine that job? The actual Voyager record has a lot of fucking information, but like
yeah.
just the English Dolly Parton's on it.
Dolly Parton, yeah.
Yeah.
You said that in a way of like Dolly Parton's on it.
Yeah.
Should she not?
Oh gosh, she's everywhere.
Them tits get everywhere.
Yeah, well.
Do you know what she said once in an interview? It costs a lot of money to look this cheap.
Oh Jesus Christ,
Brilliant.
that's so good. Yeah, I love it.
Dolly Parton's on it, so I think there'd have to be some sort of Elvis on it though as well. If it was going to show the world, I don't know why I'm choosing Elvis. I don't know. Because he started rock. He started all of.
He's a king, right?
of rock and roll and.
Early Elvis, not late Elvis doing karate.
Not eating a burger in a toilet, karate Elvis.
Oh, that'd be bad though.
No, yeah, they wouldn't want to see that.
What song, Elvis?
Are you lonesome? I can just imagine Are You Lonesome Tonight echoing out into space. Are you lonesome?
Oh, I like it.
Tonight? That. And then there would be a Radiohead song, Airbag.
Okay.
An Airbag Saved My Life. By
I
Radiohead.
actually don't know that song,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's a pretty cool song.
Will I tell you my picks?
I'd love to know your picks.
I like my
It'd probably
picks.
be way better than my picks. I was
Enya, Sail Away.
Oh,
A bit of Irish in that as well.
yeah.
Get it into you, Enya.
Enya.
Okay.
Sail away, sail away.
Sail Away, yeah. And you're going off into space, you know what I mean? I think a bit of David Bowie. And then just for the fucking shits and giggles, because I think it would be hilarious.
So,
The theme song to X-Files. Imagine the aliens finding it and then it just comes on.
yeah, they're definitely landing for a bit of X-Files.
100%. So, moving on.
Moving on, out was back in.
Just like the Voyager, moving on.
Moving on. Haven't stopped yet. They've lost track.
Bring it back to your music and break down your song. So you have a couple of lyrics that I really want to get to know and understand. You wrote that here?
I did. I wrote. Like it was half written in when I lived in New Zealand for a while.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I was in there.
Oh,
I was
cool.
in Auckland City for about 6 years.
Yeah.
Auckland City went
Were you-
hard.
were
playing
you
music
gigging
I was
there as
gigging
well?
There, yeah.
Oh,
I was
nice.
playing with a fellow called Bobby Duffy from Galway, and he was playing the banjo. And we were called the Mangled Badgers.
Oh, I like it.
And we went round, he had a banjo and I had a fucking guitar, and I had a tambourine, a loop pedal. So I lived in Auckland for a while. To answer your question, I wrote half of it there, other half was written here.
Unreal.
In Vancouver, BC.
When you were writing it, your writing style, like, do you come up with the melody first, or do you write out your lyrics, or?
That song was actually the melody on the guitar. Yeah, that was. Then the words came around it afterwards. There was something to listen to. But then often,
And
go
go ahead.
sometimes there's an idea of just a phrase.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
And
it
what
would
was
be
the phrase? Slap bang in the middle of the meltdown?
Yeah.
And was that going on in your life, or you were just
It was
like...
listening to people around me that were going, fuck, man. Do you know it was all to do with dealing with fucking trying to stay in a certain part of the world you've already started a life, like here. trying to do
Exactly.
PR, and then you got all this stuff built around you.
As slap bang in the middle of the meltdown is his lyrics to the song, but that was in New Zealand, and then you brought it over
That
here.
was in New Zealand, but then there was also this idea of like once you're in the middle of a melt, once you can't get any fucking lower, it has to go up again.
It has to go up.
You can it's
hitting rock
it's
bottoms.
waves.
Yeah.
So once you're down there, the only way from there, it doesn't go any further. You can't actually get any further.
100%.
It gets up again. It's like it will get better. So
And you relate to waves as well, which is pretty fucking cool. And like it goes up and down, right?
it is. It's all a fucking sound wave.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah. So that was in half written there and finished here.
Okay. So you do say, and I really want to know this,
Yes.
your East End father, streetwise as tough as nails.
Yes.
They say in his day he would sting like Sugar
Stung
Ray.
like Sugar Ray.
Stung like Sugar Ray, stung
Yes.
like Sugar Ray. Is that Sugar Ray Robinson, Leonard, or
Leonard.
the 90s band?
Oh, Sugar Ray. There's a lot of fucking. I didn't even think of that. There's so many Sugar Rays that could be involved.
I know, yeah, you never specified.
I didn't.
No.
Should have. Sugar Ray. The button.
Fly.
Leonard. The
Leonard,
boxer,
really?
the quickest
Yeah.
hands, yeah.
Oh, unreal. Your old lad was boxer.
He was a busker and a boxer at the same time. He used to busk. He busked.
Unreal.
He busked and boxed. No, he boxed for a bit in his life. And
Professionally?
it was
Semi-pro?
It was semi-pro, and he was nearly in the Olympics. And
Oh, no way.
me and my brothers never really went down that avenue. He was very much like we had punch bags in the garden, and he'd show us stick a move.
Yeah.
Every wedding we go over to Ireland, and it'd always be, "Come on, Jim, show the boys, can they fight?"
Yeah, do a bit of shadow boxing for the boys there.
Go on, take it in there now, go on, go. I just want to go to bed. I just want to go to bed. 4 in the morning, then we go, "How do you miss lad?"
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So he did box.
So that comes
And
in.
that's the line of, because I always heard my people relaying to my dad in bars. We grew up in pubs. He was a publican.
Yeah.
My mum ran pubs.
Yeah.
They moved around from different pubs in London, and we were every morning we'd come down in the early hours and try and sneak package of crisps out of the bar, and
Bacon
that was
fries
our
and
growing
chicken
up.
fries.
Yeah. So I always remember hearing lads say, "Jesus, your old man," because it's in Kilburn, the parts of London that we grew up in. People were like, "Your old man was he stung like Sugar Ray in his day."
Yeah.
Because he had a jab in him apparently.
Oh,
Quick
cool.
Jab. Yeah, his bantamweight. He was a lightweight.
So does that like bring you into my next question?
Oh.
The Hurls Angels is a segment in the show. So,
of course it is, Sean.
Yeah.
The Hurls Angels.
As a performer in a bar, I'm sure there is a lot of tussles and mix-ups between the riff-raff that come in.
Shahonies.
Have you ever had to step in and settle the score, or play while mad shit's going on?
I have played a few. There's been many fucking. But the problem is, I'm often drunk at that stage as well.
Yeah.
So then I've either caused it.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. No, I've been in it before in New Zealand when there was 2 Samoans.
Oh,
And
fucking
they're
don't
very
go near them.
strong beings.
Yeah.
And there was 4 of them. They fell out at a table right where I was playing, and it wasn't like a stage. It was just like a floor. Called the Fiddler in Auckland City. And these men made a mess of the place. And the microphone went. I just stood back, and they all just started like 2
Going at
against 2. Fucking, they obviously fell out, and then they just went out and made a mess, pints and everywhere about the plant. Me and Bobby just kept playing. Like, bang, down, down, down.
And these are the Badgers.
And the Badgers kept going.
Oh, go on.
We kept it lit, and they made an absolute. They spilled down the back of the bar. They spilled across the bar.
Yeah.
And spilled out. Yeah. So there was a few fucking. That's probably the wildest Hurls Angels incident I've ever been in.
Yeah. You need to grab a couple of hurleys and bait the boys. You know what I mean?
Get back. Kettle prod.
All right.
Kettle prod. Yeah.
So another, as you said that your song was written half in New Zealand and half here.
Yes. Yes.
And you resort to the crows, watching the crows fly, watching the waves break land.
Yeah.
Is that the crows that you
It is,
you
Sean.
literally be going down fucking, I don't know, First Avenue or
see
whatever
him
at
as well?
8 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts, man?
Man, I am amazed by it. Do you know where they all go? They go to Still Creek in Burnaby.
Do they?
Yeah, they all go to one
David Attenborough needs to do a fucking shit on this.
area.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Often living in Kits, they fly right over and they sort of gather. And I've studied them. I've been watching them. They gather in a while and then more jump into this tree. They're all together and they all go again.
Yeah, man.
So there's 3,000 to 6,000 depending on the
Do you ever see him
time,
fucking
yeah.
attack people? That's fucking nutty as fuck.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I've got
Oh,
fucking-
thank you very
What?
much.
Look at that.
We'll give you these.
Jesus, mijo.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Makara.
Sweet.
Water is milk.
Oh, yeah.
Look
So
at
this
that.
is... Man, yeah, the crows are fucking nuts, man.
It's incredible, man. And they all fly together. And I often wonder, I'm looking at them flying back, and I'm like, they haven't cracked up. Where were you today? I was in it's Gastown. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And there's a community.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're all flying back. What did you get, man?
I wonder how many sister brothers they have. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, so there's some, depending on times of the year, there's 3,000 all go to Still Creek near Burnaby, near
Yeah.
Deer Lake.
yeah.
And depending if they got young, there's 6,000 to make that fucking flight every night, and they'll go back and chill.
Because it reminds me, I used to work in Langley and I'd drive home, and do you know when you get off that motorway and you're coming into like, it's like 12th Avenue fucking area. But it reminds me of it's like Halloween and it's like windy. It looks like the movie Crow, man. Yeah. I was freaked out.
Yeah, man. I'm fascinated by him.
Oh, they freak me out, man.
There's
They
a
have
friend,
a dead look in their eye, like.
Yeah, they're clever fuckers, man. They have facial recognition.
Yeah, did they?
There's a dude in Germany that did a study on them, yeah, where
Specifically Canadian crows.
No, any crow, jackdaws,
right.
that sort of family of bird.
Yeah.
There's a dude in Germany, in Berlin, he did this test where he'd catch them and tag them and monitor them and study them. But whenever he caught them in these, whenever he was catching them, these snares, he was catching them, and they weren't harmed, he was just clipping their ankles and monitoring them and knowing who was who,
Sending them off,
sort of
like.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But he always wear this rubber mask when he did it. So he'd wear the rubber mask, he'd catch one in the snare, tag it wearing this rubber mask, tag it, measure it, send it off, and then have an understanding of a family of them, yeah?
With the tag, is it like...
It was like a
fucking-
number, and I don't think it was chipped. I don't think
Oh,
it was,
okay,
it was
right.
just like a number, and he knew who was
It's not like Google, we're watching you.
No, but they were watching him.
Yeah.
But he'd wear this rubber mask. And it was like, why is he fucking wearing this rubber mask sort of thing? Because then he showed you afterwards, after walking out of his apartment, puts on the mask before he leaves the apartment, and all the crows spot him. Because of this rubber mask, this livery heading him, you know what I mean?
So they
and they all start going swoop, swoop. He goes into a nearby shop in Berlin, takes off the mask, walks out, and they look at him, that's not him. So they recognised
Just
it was
the
the
rubber
livery head.
mask?
Yeah, and even the most incredible thing was the ones that he hadn't caught, hadn't tagged, knew to swoop at him, because the mothers were saying, see that livery cunt?
No
Don't go near him.
fucking way.
He used to know. So there's a communication of like, see that fucking weird looking lad? There's facial recognition.
So you want to know where the hardest crows are?
Where? Yeah.
In Limerick City, they smoke fags. Swear to God, there's videos of fucking crows smoking fags.
Fag, I wouldn't doubt it for a
Perfectly,
second.
perfect.
In
Anywhere else?
Limerick City.
Any fags there, boys? Right, so this is the money.
This is the money one, is it?
This is the money.
Do I win anything or not?
No, you
I
get
don't
to
need
pay.
You get to pay for the bill. Great,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
do it. It sounds like a plan to me.
I hope I fucking get it.
This is a genius idea. I
fucked
can't
up.
wait to be asked it again for this.
I know,
week.
yeah. And anyone that's watching, thank you for watching. And if you like this show and you wanted to split the E or split the G, post it on our YouTube page, Split the E podcast.
Absolutely.
So, cheers. Cheers, mate.
Plonge in the car. I got nervous. Oh,
Right,
Jesus,
I-
you
oh,
went.
I might as
Give
well.
us 2 more, please. I'm gonna have 2 more, and we'll get it again.
Yeah, you have to fry on. You might as well tip a bit into mine.
Should,
man.
yeah, we're leaving it out.
I got way nervous.
Yeah. I was a bit, yeah.
It's a little bit harder than you actually think.
It's not easy, is it?
I was on a roll fucking all day yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
You practicing?
fucking salad roll, man. It was fucking I was thinking, throw me out a fucking chicken gooey roll there, please.
The split the G.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it. We'll get it next time.
We will, man.
Just to go, where do you like to go in Vancouver when you're not playing?
When I'm not playing, to go and listen to actual music would be fucking Guilt and Co.
Oh, I love it.
That's a very
Love it.
cozy room.
Have you ever played there?
No, but I'd love to. Friends of mine are playing there. Paul Cardwell, great
No
musician.
way. Okay.
He's a band. There's so much great music in this city, and there's not enough places for them to all to be seen. Do you know what I mean? There's some extremely talented musicians here, and what you're doing now, I think, is going to bring everyone.
Hopefully, we'll shine the light.
And sort of unite the clans.
I know. In my head, I was like, let's do an RTE guide to Vancouver City. You know what I mean?
Hashtag cheating.
Yeah.
Covering Vancouver.
And then I just want to have pints with boys, so it's like,
Genius! Got me out of bed. I was like, I've got to go have a pint of Guinness with this lad. in the
morning
pub.
porter.
Morning Potter.
It's clever, and I can't wait. It's going to be a success. I think, man. I hope so.
Yeah. So, you touched on Paul. What's his second name?
Paul Cardwell.
Paul Caldwell. Is he on
Cardwell.
Spotify?
He is on Spotify. Paul Cardwell on Spotify.
I'll have to give him a
And
listen.
Brian O'Brien, Limerick City.
100%. Brian. I know him well.
You know him well? Yes,
Yeah.
he's the man. He's
He's a good
coming
dude.
back. He's coming back actually.
Yeah?
For a little visit.
Okay. Okay.
Anyway.
Food-wise, where do you like to go for food?
I do like food.
This is a Yelp.
The
Yelp part.
Yelp.
Yeah.
I do enjoy a bit of manger.
Where's
I
that?
like to manger. I like cooking myself, man.
Oh, yeah.
But if I was going to go somewhere,
What's your dish?
I've been cooking. Do you know what I did the other day? Actually, I put pesto in mash by mistake.
Oh, it's good. Oh, no, the green pesto or the red
Green
pesto?
pesto. Oh. It was by a complete accident. I was grabbing something and I was like, that's not pesto. And I was like, well, we're working a bit of mashed potato.
Nice.
And it worked. I don't know, I like cooking. I like spicy food, man.
I love spicy
I like
food.
spicy food.
My missus she's Mexican and she puts sriracha on sriracha.
Oh,
like,
yes.
fucking
It's
hot
the
sauce
shit.
queen, like.
Yeah. I love spicy food. I
If
love
you like
curry.
spicy Mexican, Alimentaria in Granville Island, it's very good.
Ooh.
Um,
Yes, on the corner.
yeah.
That's legit, man. I was actually in there
very
for
good.
a bit of guacamole.
Yeah.
Guacamole the other day, and it was amazing.
My favorite sandwich. My favorite sandwich is on Commercial Drive. It's Calabria. It's super fucking cool.
Ooh.
It's cheap, but it's the best sandwich in the world, man. And you walk in, it's an Italian place. And I've started watching Sopranos, right? So you go in and you're like, hey, boy! And they actually have cannoli. So you're like, I want a cannoli! And he's like, I'll give you a cannoli! It's so fucking cool, man. And they have like fucking statues and the painting on the ceiling and everything.
It's a legitimate place.
It's a place.
I think it's in
Yeah.
a real Italian spot, isn't it?
Oh, it's the
It
best,
come up
man.
on my fucking feed.
The best, man. Highly recommend.
Do you know what? I was
highly
walking around last night. I had a few bit of psilocybin mushrooms, which is good for the soul. It's medicine.
Yeah.
And all I wanted at the end of it was a calzone.
Oh,
I
no
don't know
way.
why. And I couldn't find one. So I had cheese on toast instead when I got back.
Put a bit of beans on it.
Calzone.
Fucking student
Fold it
meal,
over,
boy.
stick it in your pocket.
Where can we see you play?
After 2 more of them downstairs in about 10 minutes, I'll be fucking loud.
Yeah.
Johnny Fox's, where we are, this establishment here. Johnny
Yes.
Fox's Irish Snug. That's where I
100%.
I like to get loud here.
Yeah.
You can get loud here.
Yeah.
You can get very loud.
It's a good. It's
It goes
the
off.
fucking best venue for
It goes off. Yeah.
So Larry, where can we get your social media handle and where can people go find you?
If I can find me on Instagram and under Seen or Found.
Okay.
I have a new page set up for that.
Brilliant.
Solo project, if you will.
Can I dare ask when are we going to see or found some new music?
Seen or Found coming soon.
Yeah.
Coming to ears near you.
Brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. Man. I really do.
But I've got a lot more stuff in there. I've been working with some people and I've been trying to finish stuff and trying to. I've a problem with attention span, so I've got half a song written and I go, well, that would sound good in a different song. I put that song down.
Yeah.
But I'm
100%.
going to go into the studio. There's a very cool dude that runs Light Machine Records.
Okay. Is that on Commercial Drive?
It is very close.
I think I know it, yeah.
He's fan and he's Jeff Zip. He recorded Meltdown with me.
Brilliant.
Very fun to be around, very fun to be in a room with, and it's no it's easy to record with this man.
Oh,
He's
lovely.
very good at his job, and he's a gentleman as well, which helps.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. But
So, guys, look out for Larry. I really enjoy his music.
I enjoy
Really,
you,
really.
so I do.
Thank you very much, man. We'll do this again, 100%.
We will.
When you have the album release, or
I'd
even
love to come back on for a chat.
up and groove in the wild, maybe.
Groove in the wild, man.
If we're allowed,
we
if
ever
we're
get
allowed,
back.
hopefully, yeah. We'll have a little shimmy.
Yes. Look forward to it, man.
Thank you so much, man.
Take care, bro.
Cheers.
Thank you.
But we held on for hope, yeah, we held on for hope, yeah, we held on for hope.